Hey everyone, this is Val from Tarantula Tales. So I'm just about to record my Tarantula Tag that was kindly where I was kindly tagged by Molten Bolt Exotics. So without any further delay, let's just get on with it. So looking at question one. So question one is, what got you into tarantulas? That's that's a bit of a, I suppose, a funny story really, that and maybe a lot of people get into tarantulas this way, but I've only actually been in the hobby for about a year and a half, and I got into it because my New Year's resolution was to get over my fear of tarantulas, or get over my fear of spiders, sorry, so that I could go to Australia on holiday to see my family. And I'm not really quite sure how it started, but I had YouTube's sort of algorithms are sort of really unknown to me, but I got a video in my recommended list from somebody called Leo Kim, I think he was called Leo Kim, maybe, from Australia. If you haven't heard of the name, you've probably seen the video that he's most famous for, and it's where there's a huntsman on the ceiling, giant great thing on the ceiling, and he climbs up on a stepladder with his daughter holding the video, goes to get hold of it, and it falls on him and he screams, and so I think it's sort of gone viral and it's had so many views, it's kind of unreal. Anyway, one of his videos about the problems he was having with black widows in his garden came into my recommended list. Not sure how that happened, it just did. And I was fascinated. So what he was actually doing, and sort of at the time, was he was trying to get rid of them. He then transgressed into getting an enclosure and putting a few of them in together, and then he would throw other animals in, or when I say animals, other insects in, other invertebrates in, and they would sort of fight it out, and invariably the redback would win. And watching those videos, I think, again with YouTube's algorithm, what happened was other videos started to be recommended to me, and I found that I was recommended to a channel and to some videos from Marilyn Moore, and I absolutely love Marilyn Moore videos. She is so wonderful with them, and you can tell she loves them so much, and how they have the lovely little flowers in their in their enclosures, and nothing phases her. I love Marilyn Moore, and that, I think watching that made me kind of realise how vulnerable you are. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a tarantula. I'm going to buy myself a tarantula for Christmas, and I'm going to get over this fear. That's essentially how I got into tarantulas. So moving on to question two, which I almost answered as part of question one, is what was my first tarantula? My first tarantula was a Brachypelma hamori, and I called him Dave, and he was sort of this big. He was like sort of 1.5 centimeters in size, and got him in a little enclosure, put the substrate in, put a nice place for him to hide, a nice little water dish, and within 24 hours I'd lost him. He'd escaped, and I'm pretty sure the dog probably ate him because I never found him. So I decided to get another one. In fact, I thought, well, if I'm going to pay the postage, I might as well get two. So I got another Brachypelma hamori, and I got a Brachypelma albopilosum. I'll stick some photos in so you can see how small they actually were, but they were sort of so tiny, and they're so big now. Well, in comparison to what they were. And from that point I was hooked. So my the Hamori became Dave too, and I called the Alpolosum Bob, after the Minions, I suppose. And then it grew and grew, and here we are today, and that's how it was my first tarantula. So question 3 was, what is my favourite species? That's a really, really hard question, because I love them all. I mean, most of the time I would say the fluffier they are, the more I like them. But if I had to pick one that would be my very favourite species, I think it would have to be the Homeoma species red. And I've got 6 or 7 Homeomas now. I've got three females, and the rest are kind of unsexed because they're still a bit too small, but I just love them because they're just so curious and they're so interesting, and you never get a threat posture off them or anything like that. And I just, if everybody saw, if people were able to sort of spend some time with a Homeoma, I think nobody would be frightened of spiders, because they are just lovely. They are lovely, lovely spiders. So number 4, what is my dream tarantula? Don't think I really have a dream tarantula. I've got some that I see that I think, oh, I'd really like one of them. I would think the only one that I think that I must have when I come to go to the BTS, that I really want a female Lasiodora parahybana. I do have one, but unfortunately sexed out to be male, so that's not brilliant. And I've got no intention of breeding, so I'm afraid he's going to go out probably either on loan or on 50-50 or sell him or something like that. But I won't be breeding sort of in my care. So yeah, it probably sounds a bit boring, but at the moment my dream tarantula is a Lasiodora parahybana female. Okay, so question number 5, how many tarantulas do I have? The current count is 44, although I'm sure at the BTS it'll increase. I do have a limit, a number limit, although I haven't ever announced to my husband what that is, but I can assure you that I'm always going to have a limit, but it's always going to be higher than the current number I currently have. So yeah. Okay, so I'll introduce a tarantula now. Introduce you to Davina. Davina is the name that we gave Dave after he molted into a she. So he's just molted, or sorry, she's just molted, so she's looking pretty stunning at the moment. I'm sure you'll agree. And it's amazing how big she's grown just in the sort of a year and a half almost that I've had her. But she's really lovely. You see she's looking a bit thin at the moment because she hasn't had a feed after a molt. I think you can see the molt down here. So yeah, she'll be ready for rehousing probably soon, so we'll get her a good feed and then get her rehoused, and I'm sure you'll be there to see that as we record it. Okay, so let's now feed a tarantula. So this is a Dioclethele diamantinensis, currently unnamed, so if you've got a good name for him or her, pop it in the comments. And as I say, it's currently unsexed, but really, really stunning tarantula. So let's see if it's hungry. Hopefully it will be, but it's it's as fast as lightning. So I've got it in another
another box just in case it makes a run for it. So let me just drop the worm in, and hopefully you'll get a good view of it. Oh, there we go. There's something happening. You can see some legs. Oh, there we go. And you can see how quick that is. You see, you didn't really get to see much of it, but yeah, it's so quick, it's unreal. I'm really sorry that you didn't get to see more of it, but but yeah, hopefully as it gets bigger, we'll see a little bit more of it, but they do like to hide away. I have got some stills that I've took previously that I'll pop in after the feed video, so you can actually get a chance to see what it does look like when it's not in so much of a hurry.
Okay, so question number 8. What is my favourite tarantula channel? Picking a favourite is just so hard. There are so many great channels. I would say some of my favourites are The Dark Den, Exotics Lair, Mark's Tarantulas, Tom Moran, Tarantula Dan, Tarantula Addicts. There's just so many. If I had to pick a favourite, I would have to say it's got to be Marilyn Moore, because she's the one who got me into the tarantulas, and yeah, I just love watching her videos. I just love the way she is with them, and I feel that she's a kind of real inspiration to me. So yeah, so Marilyn Moore, I would have to say. Question number 9. Do I have any other exotic pets? No. I have some hissing cockroaches, but I wouldn't really say they're pets. They don't have names. I'm not emotionally attached to them. I do have a German Shepherd dog, and I'll stick a photo in so you can see what he looks like. He's my baby, I suppose. But other than that, no, that's not to say that I won't have after the BTS, but who knows. Question number 10. If I was going to breed tarantulas, what would it be and why? Oh, that's a really difficult question, because I don't really have any intention of breeding. I don't think I could bear to see one get eaten on my watch, because of my sort of carelessness or whatever. So no, I don't think I'd take the risk. I think I'd rather send it to somebody for them to do that, who probably knows more about it than I do. Okay, so that was the 10 questions that that I've got. So I'm now going to tag somebody else, and I'm going to tag Xena, who is the Spider Woman. I'll put the link in the description below, and I'll also put the link of the person who tagged me in the link below, and I'll put a link to the playlist so you can see all of the Tarantula Tag videos. But my question to Xena is, have you ever had a tarantula escape, and did you find it? Okay, so that's it for me, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.